Zambia, where hundreds of farmers who supplied maize to the Food Reserve Agency FRA in the 2020-2021 marketing season in Zambia have started receiving their money, and that is a good story. The farmers, in an interview with News Central TV in Livingstone, have praised the government for increasing the quantity of maize the FRA bought from them.
Now, Agriculture Minister Reuben Phiri said the 690 million kwacha that was released on Monday was the first tranche, and that the balance of 640 million kwacha has been sourced and will be released as soon as it was, being that it is still with the Ministry of Finance. Now, joining us to talk all and more about this, we will be having one of the members of parliament from the Edgar Singombe. But before we have him join us, we know this is good news. This is coming at a time when in Zambia, a lot of the farmers have been complaining about the slow payments from the government in terms of the funds that they need to move and to do more supply and to go into more production, especially when it comes to mechanized farming.
Well, let's break it further down as we have our guest who has joined us all the way, would say, Dundumwezi Member of Parliament. His name is Edgar Singombe. He will be telling us more. Mr. Edgar, thank you so much for being here on Breakfast Central on a Friday morning. Well, as a Member of Parliament for Dundumwezi, can you confirm that your people have started benefiting from this?
Sorry, we have a heavy downpour here. I can hardly hear you.
All right, so can you hear me now? Talking to you, I hope it's clear. I'm asking, are there beneficiaries of this payment so far from your area, from your constituent?
Thank you very much for having me this morning. Yes, indeed, we have a lot of beneficiaries here. And the people of Dundumwezi and Kalomo district are very excited for government having released the 1.2 billion kwacha, which money the farmers were waiting for a very long time. So they are very grateful to the government of President Hakainde Hichilema for having released this money, which money is going to go into this season. Like I've indicated, right now we have a heavy downpour of rain, and a number of people have already traveled into town to ensure that they receive this money.
All right, now, Mr. Edgar, we're talking about money here, and this money is coming at the beginning of the year, which is a good time if you ask me. But how much was allocated to farmers countrywide? I mean, we're talking about the range here for farmers. How much did they receive?
Sorry, come back again.
We want to know how much farmers received, how much was allocated to farmers generally in your constituency and outside your constituency.
I wouldn't tell how much is specific to my constituency. You know, this is the money that just has been released. But what I can tell you is that about 1.2 billion kwacha has been released for all the farmers who did not receive their money from FRA on time.
All right, Mr. Edgar, we also heard. Okay, please go ahead. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
It's a little bit technical for me at this moment to know how much money has been released to my farmers, specifically for Dundumwezi or my district, because this money was released on Monday, and I'm sure it is going to all the farmers. The total amount is about 1.2 billion kwacha.
We also hear that the Northern Province was not included. The Northern Province was not included. Now, can you tell us why?
You are saying not included?
Yes, we also got a report that the Northern Province was not included. We need you to please tell us why.
I don't want to talk about why Northern Province was not included. Probably you are aware that government every year purchases about 500,000 metric tons of maize, and this is done annually. So government had already purchased the 500,000 metric ton. But what happened was, I think we had an excess. So when the new Dawn government took over power, they had to purchase another 300,000 to 400,000 metric tons. So I want to suppose that Northern Province is among those provinces where government had already paid, and they had to pay in those provinces which had not yet been paid their monies. So probably this is why Northern Province did not receive from the 1.2 billion kwacha.
All right, now that explains the 900,000 metric tons that the government bought from the farmers. Now, as a new Dawn government, what other plans do you have for farmers?
Yeah, let me tell you, Zambia has, or the new Dawn government, the government wants to take agriculture very seriously. I want to inform you that in the past, Southern Province and other provinces like Western Province, Northwestern Province, and part of Central Province, each farmer was receiving only 2 bags of fertilizer, while other provinces were receiving more than that. And the new Dawn government has come and they are now saying there is equity in terms of receiving these inputs. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, farmers in Southern Province and other provinces are receiving about 6 bags of fertilizer, something which was not planned for by the previous government. So the farmers are actually happy, and the government is encouraging farmers actually to go into farming or to do farming as a business. So this government actually is serious in that it is ensuring that farming has a lot of factors.
Oh, well, we seem to have some network connectivity issues, but we've been talking to no other than Mr. Edgar, who happens to be a member of parliament for Dundumwezi, and he is actually confirming to us about all that is happening to farmers there in Zambia. If we have you back, Edgar, we'd also like to ask about the importance and what this government, the present government, is doing concerning exportation of farming products. Well, we're going to allow you react to this story, so go ahead, please, and share your points and what you think about the header and the big story, one of it making the top stories for this morning.